Hi everyone, it's Dr. Tracy Adams again, and if you're joining us for the first time, we are in the middle of a 5-part video series talking about using your emotional intelligence to increase well-being. And this video series is a follow-up around our vision boards that I ran about 20 women through in January. And so I promised them I would send them videos around how do you bring your vision board to life. And a vision board, I call them a dashboard really. The dashboard has 5 elements around well-being. And I in the first video, I talk a lot about the research around Gallup, how Gallup has done extensive study in positive psychology and human effectiveness, and these are the 5 elements. And every year, every other year, every 3 years with this one, I've done a vision board around those 5 elements and what I want to call forth in my life. And so this video today is about the one I score the least on. I've taken the assessment 3 times over the last 12 years, and I continue to score the lowest on physical well-being. And I know why. I want you all to know I know why. And the assessment will ask questions like, do you go through your day with pain, chronic pain? And it does ask questions about your body mass index. It also asks questions about, weight, height, vital signs, basic vital signs. But Gallup uses physical well-being. I mean, their stance on physical well-being is basically living in your body and how healthy you are. And now I score low on that. I score low on that not even just in the material manifestation of that element, but also the emotional manifestation of that element. I talk frequently about this pivotal point in my own life at 13 where I stood at the precipice of beauty bondage, right? It's what I call it, beauty bondage, meaning that at about 13, I had the choice of going down the track of academia and being a real smart person and studying, and then the second path was around looks and the look good and wearing the right jeans and wearing the right hairstyle, and how much energy I put on that track. I had no interest in studying. And it wasn't until I was about 19 when I went back to college. I had dropped out of college at 17 and took some time to travel the country. And it wasn't until I was about 19 or 20 that I realized that it was really important to me to be smart. And I spent less time in the energy it took to maintain a certain level of look good. Now, emotionally throughout my life, there are places physically where I have had emotional difficulty, just how I feel in the world. And I did a video vlog recently about beauty bondage, and I was talking about my hair and how much time I put into my hair. As you can see today, I'm wearing very little makeup on purpose. This is my practice of being out in the world without a mask. And it's a challenge. I just want you to know it's a challenge. It's something every morning I wake up and I go into my closet. I was telling my girlfriend that it's almost traumatic to go into my closet to figure out what I'm going to wear and how I'm going to look, which seems just so crazy, right? I'm an expert in emotional intelligence. I've coached so many women in this space around well-being, emotional well-being. But here's what I want you to know. I have a new idea about this, which was so riveting to me this morning. I woke up yesterday and I felt really sad. I was really just in a really sad place. And I know as an EQ expert, emotions are data points. They're giving you information about who you are, where you are, what kinds of needs and desires that you might not be tending to. And your body feeds you information all the time emotionally. And neuroscientists, even recently in the last 5 years, have discovered that our emotions live not just in our limbic system, but our limbic system is also connected to the nerve endings in our gut. And so, which makes sense to me, right? Like in the days of my really chronic binging, I would eat so much food just to feel numb. And there's power in that. You know that Thanksgiving Day feeling of like you just can't eat another bite? When I eat like that, it is to numb all the feelings that I don't want to feel. So here's my new insight I want to share with you. So I got up, I was really sad, and I made a call to one of my amazing life coaches. She's actually a soul and happiness coach. Her name is Michelle Joy, and she is just the rock in my life in so many ways. She's part of my community. And I was telling her that I woke up feeling really sad, and I can't figure out why, because my life is going so well. And she said, you might have a upper limit belief going on right now. Now, I've read Gay Hendricks' book on the Big Leap, which I highly recommend. And his philosophy is that you can only have happiness, like your subconscious says that you could only have happiness up to a certain point. And then you start unconsciously self-sabotaging areas of your life to help you feel in control. I mean, I thought this stuff was like rocket science when I first read it. I thought, this is brilliant. This is absolutely brilliant. And I want to go back to the vision board here because I do see the relationship with me around physical well-being. So when I look at all areas of my life, and I said this in the very first video, I had a colleague that said to me, I was about 25, 26, and she said, you know, Tracy, they tell you you can have everything, but you really can't have everything all at the same time. You can have everything, but not all at the same time. And that was really her limited belief, her limit in how wonderful life can be in all areas. And I do believe, as a working mother, a woman of the world who works full time and has a business, and I'm raising children, I'm a solo parent raising 2 children, it's hard to maintain the balance of all these 5 things. So I do agree that being perfect, which is not true anyway, but being perfect in all areas is really hard. But when I look across the 5 areas of well-being, I am rocking it, ladies. I am rocking it. I have a career I love. Like I have the dream job I never thought I would have. My finances, I have an abundant supply of money. I have not had a credit card in 10 years. Like I have not had a credit card. I do have a mortgage, and I don't even like having a mortgage, by the way. So I'm paying it off very aggressively, but the way I interact with money is like crazy good. I have an incredible, intimate relationship with many people in my life. I have a great relationship with my children. I have a wonderful community, but where I self-sabotage is in the physical well-being. I do. I will self-sabotage myself by not going to the gym or eating off my food plan or beating myself up for eating the wrong kinds of foods. And it's crazy making to me. Honestly, it's crazy making to me. So when Michelle said that to me this morning or yesterday, and I reflected in my quiet time this morning about these limited beliefs, I want you all to know that I stand before you. I am the expert in emotional intelligence, but I am not the expert in having my life perfect. I challenge us to find someone who has that. And this is why I say this. I suffer from this comparison ideal, right? Like I'll see a woman who is like in a beautiful size 2 body with gorgeous hair, and she's got it all together. And I think, oh my God, she's got it all together because her outsides look so amazing. And yet, these coaching clients that I work with that look like that are a mess in other areas of their lives. You know, one woman I think of is looks like she has it all together, but she's in a relationship with a man who doesn't really want to be with her. Her money, she's filed bankruptcy twice, and so her relationship with money is completely out of whack, but she definitely has the physical well-being that I desire. And so I say this to us in all transparency right now, is there's no one out there. There is no one out there that has it all together. I will tell you what I am doing around my physical well-being to get on track. So, again, I interact with my vision board every single day. Every single day, I look at these 5 elements and I self-assess where I am in balance in these 5 areas. And for my physical well-being, there's a few things that I'm doing. First of all, I watch a vlog every morning from Dr. Susan Pierce Thompson. I love her work. She inspires me every single day around the neuroscience of food. And I identify as a food addict. I have a strong identity in being mentally and physically different from normal people that can just eat one Toll House cookie. I cannot. I will have, well, forget it. Just forget it. If I have one bite of a Toll House cookie, just forget it. Or M&Ms. I have an M&Ms addiction as well. So I follow Susan's work. I listen to her vlog every morning. I write down my food. I follow a food plan. I have an amazing network of women that help me around my physical well-being. The other thing I do is I do belong, this is a new idea for me, I do belong to a rec center. And I found that with my crazy thinking about where I can get sad around my physical well-being, if I join a gym that has a lot of look good going on, you know, loud music and women rocking around in spandex, I just feel completely out of place. So I joined a rec center, and I'm telling you ladies, these people are my people. Like, I'm hanging out with all these retired people, which I am nowhere near retirement, but I am in the energy zone of these retired people. And you'll notice this year on my vision board, I have this beautiful woman with this beautiful gray hair. I'm still working on that. And she just looks so beautiful. Doesn't she just look so beautiful? Oh my gosh, just inside and out. And that's what I want. So that's the deal. That is the deal. I have good food here. I have some vacation going on here about physical well-being, you know, just not working so much and not being so busy around this area. And I don't want to spend too much time, although I could do a whole workshop on living in your body. And I do talk about this when I'm teaching my classes around that awareness wheel. One of the elements of the awareness wheel is sensory data. And sensory data is the senses, the information that you're picking up with your five senses. And there are often times throughout my day I am not in my body. I don't know when I'm thirsty. I sometimes will be in a meeting, in a work meeting, and I'll think, oh, I have to pee. I have to pee. And then 2 hours will go by and I have never gone, because I'm in that human doing and I completely forgot that my body was signaling me. It happens all the time. I don't honestly know when I'm hungry all the time, or I'll get hungry at certain moments in my day. I remember I had a really intense meeting at 10 o'clock in the morning, and after that meeting I went from 0 to 100 in my hunger index. And I remember the book Constant Craving that talked about emotional hunger and physical hunger. And physical hunger being this gradual moment in time where our body slowly starts to feel hunger. And emotional hunger is when our body goes from 0 to 100, and we have no idea how. Literally in that moment, in that meeting, I had no idea how I got hungry. I wasn't hungry a moment ago, but then bang, I felt it right in the core of my tummy. Again, there's neuroscience in your gut telling you to feel, and I had that emotional hunger. So I don't work like that anymore. I do 3 meals a day. They're all weighed and measured, and I don't have to worry about the emotional hunger anymore. But I noticed that throughout the day when I'm living in my body. So ladies, I come to you with humility. I come to you with humility on that part of our vision board. And when I'm teaching the course, I don't have a separate section yet on physical well-being. I'm still ideating. I've taught this program for 13, 14 years now, and how I structure the workshop is I just have us be self-aware during mealtime. So when I'm on my retreats, we have 3 meals a day, and I purposely set up the conversation with women around how they're eating. Do they relate to their food? Are they multitasking during their eating? And there's so much more to be done, I think, around living in our bodies. So I'll just meditate on that. Like, what else comes up for me around my own curriculum around physical well-being. And I have done all kinds of things. Yoga, Tai Chi. I just started Tai Chi. I do meditation every morning just to live in my body. It's a place where I'm not very comfortable. So with that, ladies, thrive on out there. Continue to grow. Continue to self-reflect. And I'll see you for our next video. Take care.